Alright, so today I'm going to show you a bit of a modern take on the Swedish Fire Torch and our jet stoves. So this is a little bit different. I'm going to use a chainsaw just for illustration and demonstration purposes, but you could use a cross-cut saw if you needed to. So take a look. I'm going to speed this up to show you what I'm doing, and then we'll talk about it when I'm done. Alright, so there you go. Alright guys, so here you have it. This is your three-piece rocket stove slash Swedish fire torch. And I've used a really dense piece of wood here. This is one of the elms that I have growing on the property. I have a lot of them down because of the drought right now. You saw me having a little bit of trouble with the heartwood. But a simple design. And so you put it together and it should fit together nice and snug. If you want to go ahead and put a piece of baling wire around or tie it off to make sure that these things don't come apart, you can go ahead and do so. Now the benefit to this design is that you can use this for multiple days. And I've made this out of a dead log this time, but if you wanted to make this out of a big green log or a live tree, you could go ahead and continue to feed it like a rocket stove and cook your meal up here or boil your water or whatever you're doing up on top. continue to put it out every time you continue to feed the fire, just like you would one of your rocket stoves or jet burners. So I'm going to fire this up here in just a moment. This is a dead wood, so it will go ahead and burn all the way down after a while. But again, if you want to make something that'll work for you on multiple occasions, up to a week, you can make this out of live wood. So there you go, guys. Pretty neat. Here is your chimney. Here's your feed, and we'll go ahead and fire it up. Let's see if we can't get this thing started up. There we go. Hopefully we'll start getting a draft up to that chimney pretty quick. Now, as you get this thing started up, you can feed from the top. And that's the beauty of a jet stove. Okay, you can already see a little bit of flame coming up there. Maybe we'll get lucky and get it going the first time. This type of stove is super efficient as far as being able to conserve firewood. And if you've ever done any long-term camping, and so weeks and weeks, if not camping in areas that lots of people have already camped in, you know that your firewood's going to start running out a lot sooner than you think. It just happens that way. And so if you're in a survival situation, not to say that you're going to be using this method in a survival situation, but if you're having to go ahead and cook in one area for an extended period of time using nothing but firewood, this is an extremely handy and efficient model. And the idea is that all your heat is being funneled up through this chimney instead of being dispersed and displaced like it would in a campfire. With just a few twigs like this, you can burn multiple gallons worth of water, and you can cook lots and lots of meals using very little firewood. And it works out really well. It's not really a heat fire, but it's definitely a cooking fire. So check that out. There's some beautiful flames coming up, lots of heat, and it's already getting fired up. So within a very short amount of time, you could be boiling water, you could cook your entire meal. You can go ahead and pour water over this, put out the entire fire, and since you're not really burning this log itself, you're actually burning the fire that you put in here and the kindling container that you put inside. You can continue to use it even when the wood is wet. So it works out really well. Getting this thing started up right now, and I'm feeding from the top. Once you've got a pan or a pot up on top, you can go ahead and just keep on feeding it from your fireplace pretty much down here. And that's it, guys. Pretty neat. Alright, so this thing's in full burn now. I can go ahead and add wood through here. Since this is a piece of dead wood, it will continue to feed itself. And if I want to put this thing out, or even if I want to pick it up, remember, I've made it out of one piece. I can go ahead and pick it up and move it, or I could simply disassemble it and put it out. And there you go. Pretty simple, pretty easy, reusable, convenient, and it burns wood very efficiently. So there you go, guys. Like and subscribe, and until next time.